THUGGALO. THUGGALO. Show. THUGGALO. Elixir. THUGGALO. Show. THUGGALO. Show. Elixir. THUGGALO. Show.
What up, what up? It's Friday night and it's the time again, once again. It's the motherfucking THUGGALO show. It's your boy, Stony, the newest motherfucking member of this bitch, and my boy, Onstead. What's up, Onstead?
What's up, y'all? It's fucking Friday. It's THUGGALO show fucking day. First THUGGALO show back since the fucking gathering. We had to clean our balls and fucking exfoliate, if you will. Sony was talking about that with fucking Ouija the other day on Facebook, I seen.
Yep.
But we're home, we're showered, we're clean, back to normie life, did the whole work fucking bullshit for a couple days. Now it's fucking THUGGALO show time. And you know, it's a special THUGGALO show this week, is it not, Sony?
Yep. Because we got, who do we got? I think it's motherfucking Tre Lb. I think we pulled him tonight.
In the fucking house. He's sitting back saying, you know, this is bringing him up. This is bringing him up.
What up, motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying?
Welcome fucking Tre Lb to the house. On a fucking Friday. Thank you for taking the time out to join us on a fucking Friday at 10 o'clock at night.
Right. Thank you for having me on the show.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, no thing, man. So, hey, bro, since we got you, let's start running your shit, bro. Can you tell us anything about CHOPSHOP?
He said,
So
what
Chop-
is it? What is
CHOPSHOP is that's my rap group, but it's also kind of like my brand, you know what I'm saying? So that's the crew, that's the squad, everybody that fucks with Tre Lb, you know what I'm saying? You know, you part of the CHOPSHOP, you know. But you know, it's also been like a rap group of mine, you know. Started out rapping with my homies Southwest Soul and Kamal, and right now on the roster we got my homie Big Sneak. Right now in the works we got God Bless the New World Order Volume 2 Overdrive getting ready to drop. Yes, the longest album title name in the world. But yeah, that shit's got some bangers on it. I'm just waiting on like 4 or 5 features. I already got a couple dope features on there. I got Drew Verde, my homie Pony Boy, Jay Wiley, waiting on a feature from Clay right now, DJ Clay, and a couple other special guests. I got a big Hoodoo feature on there, so that's kind of dope, you know. But yeah, the record's gonna definitely be packing some heat, and it's gonna blow the world's wig back. Like, I got some super duper bangers on this motherfucker, and it's real versatile, you know what I mean? Like, some of the shit could be almost like mainstream, and some of the shit is just super underground horrorcore, and some of the shit is just like old school boom bap, you know what I mean?
You know, that's a cool thing I noticed about you as I was fucking flipping through your catalog a lot more today, is that you have a wide variety of like range of fucking music, man. And I really like one of my personal favorite, we was just talking about it before you popped up actually, was the fucking They All Float song. That motherfucking song it makes you think and listen to that motherfucker, man. It's a great fucking song.
I'm a recovered addict, bro, and that shit is like really introspective into my own problems, you know, that I fucking deal with as a person too, bro. Like, it's really fresh that someone in your capacity with that brain power could produce a song like that, bro. Like, I fucking love that shit.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, speaking of They All Float, you know, y'all can catch me at the Tom Woods Float September 1st through the 3rd, floating down that river with the homies HB, Clownvis, Too Dope. I'm pretty sure DJ Clay is going to be in the house.
You ever floated a river before?
Hex just
This is my second
for that boy
float
today too.
Yeah. Turn up. But so yeah, it's going down.
Twice before?
This is going to be my second float.
Dang.
And the first one that I did was very relaxing.
Yeah, where was that at? The same place?
I believe it's in, same place. I believe it's in Arkansas.
The float is on my checklist. I haven't made it all the way out there yet, but like I've done a float before, but I might have been allegedly tripping nutsack off of mushrooms and don't remember half of the motherfucker. Yeah. But it was cool. Now I can only imagine doing that with family. You know, that would make it even more fucking better.
Is that not the only way to do it?
That's the way I was told. So I ate maybe like 7 grams of
You're
mushrooms.
just following directions.
Exactly.
I've never floated. Yeah, I've never floated before because like I was born in Oklahoma, and so the only people that were really like floating was like the yee rebel flag people type shit. So like I really wouldn't fit in at those things. So I think it's fresh that juggalos have their own.
Yeah,
I might try that
definitely.
shit, dude.
Oklahoma.
Fuck Oklahoma. I hate that shit, bro. That's why I moved out. You ever been there? Of course, for the gathering, right?
That one time, yeah. That one time. I've probably been through there a few other times traveling. I've traveled around the country so much, like sometimes it's hard to remember how many different places I've been. You know what I mean?
It's got the only thing that I recommend about that state is the vast amount of Native American culture that it has in it. That's worth to go fucking check out. Other than that, get the fuck out of there, bro. Get out.
You know, every area has its ups and downs.
Facts. Everybody got crackheads.
So we speak on the gathering. You know, fuck Oklahoma gathering. How many gatherings have you been to yourself, Trey?
Oh man, I'd say probably about 20. About 20. I've missed about like 2 or 3, but I've been to most of them.
That's fresh.
Damn.
Since the first gathering, man. The first gathering was a very lit time for me. I was young as fuck, and I just remember watching fucking Cottonmouth Kings and then like running over to my homie's fucking pickup truck. He had a cooler in the back and he had a fresh 40 for me. And I was just like exhausted from the mosh pit from Cottonmouth Kings, and I slammed that motherfucker and fucking I was getting lit at that motherfucker at the first gathering.
Their set this year was really fucking good.
What's that?
D-Loc set this year.
Oh yeah,
was really good.
Definitely, I caught a piece of that, man. I like where they're going with the Cottonmouth Kings thing these days, man. I feel like it's getting back to the vibe it's supposed to be. You know,
their stage work really fucking impresses me after all these years too. I mean, they're just in, out, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, even though they switched up the roster a little bit, they're kind of bringing the original vibe back, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was very like 2006, like SRH type feeling shit. Like, it was cool.
And I'm glad they brought Chucky in there too, because that's my homie. I fuck with him heavy. That's somebody I'm tight with.
That's a family just from the bunch that now he's on stage killing it, dude.
Yeah, the first time I ever got to travel, I wasn't performing. I wasn't traveling as a performer, but like on tour, like Hollow Wicked, like 2005. They had Subnoid Shoulders out there with Big B and Chucky and shit. And fucking, I just got tight with them back then. But I wasn't even rapping then. I was just washing Fago clothes and shit. I was doing like shit, you know what I'm saying?
That shit. Hey, so I got a question for you, man. So like, you're speaking on your younger years. What is a young Juggalo Trey Pound listening to when he's 15, 14, growing up? Obviously, you grew up in clown culture, so like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Riddlebox and Malenko and Ringmaster, but also, as a youngin', I listened to a lot of Busta Rhymes. I still love Busta Rhymes. That's one of my favorite rappers. I was in all kinds of different stuff when I was young. I listened to a little bit of Manson, a little bit of Ice Cube, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I was all over the place with my taste in music, man. Just like kind of am with the music that I put out. But yeah, definitely, I'm even bumped a little bit of old school. Dare I say it? Twisted. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro. Honestly, any Juggalo. Honestly, I think the opinion on that is any Juggalo worth their salt that was really fucking with horrorcore, we listened to it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate events followed.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, definitely a big Nas fan. I definitely listened to a lot of Nas. Like I Am was my shit. Nas is like Exhibit. I was bumping a lot of that. Just the shit that was hot back then. DMX, Rough Riders, all that shit.
R.I.P. DMX, man. That man is a fucking legend, man. He was definitely one of my big fucking influences growing up myself too.
Definitely lost to OG rap legend there, man.
For sure.
He was like a whole ass character, man.
And then you just you grow up and become this fucking badass rapper, in my opinion, and you form CHOPSHOP and all this shit. Like, bro, props to you, man. And you've had to I don't know what it's like to be growing up in under Shaggy 2 Dope shadow. So like, bro, like, you're not even in that shadow anymore. Like, you broke out of that shadow and made your own fucking lane. I think that's fresh, bro. Not a lot of people do that in the fucking
Thank
Juggalo
you, man.
community.
I've always kind of tried to, I definitely always rep the culture and rep for the Juggalos, and never will stop that. That's always going to be in my heart. But at the same time, everything can't be on the coattails of Shaggy, every single time. So it's nice to break out and do different things and go out and do my own ventures and whatnot. And with this next record, I'm gonna see what I can pull off. I'm trying to shock the world with some really dope shit. We're gonna be working on some visuals. I got a song with this chick Ashley Weimer. We're gonna be doing this Unobtainium song. There's another song called I Never Want to See You Again. We're gonna be doing like a Back to the Future themed video. I'm gonna try to run a DeLorean and like get that shit together.
Hey.
It's gonna be dope. Yeah.
That's fire, man. Like, one thing that I always love about your music, bro, is like, we get horrorcore from all these other Juggalo artists and shit, and you're one of the people that makes you like have a fucking, that deep thinking type, fix your life type shit, dog.
I try to come with a mixed bag, everything from Swingless Axe to Damage to,
I mean,
they all float.
I fuck with it, dude. I fuck with it, man. So, is there anything that you can tell us about playing the Gathering in 2022?
Man, that was a high point for me. It was amazing to see everybody's faces and to finally get a chance to bless that stage and to be a part of that. And that's fucking a lot of love from my brother to bless me and let me get that slot. Like, that means a lot to me. And it was I quit drinking for a few months and I got in shape and like I really like took that shit seriously. You know what I mean? And it was just a great opportunity, man. I had a blast, and it was great to be able to get everybody to sing along with me and rock the drum machine. I did the custom freestyle about the Gathering while I was making the beat and shit, rapping about how fucking Method Man and Rich, like who got love and who got booed and different shit in the past years, and like, yeah, man, it was really just an incredible feeling to be up on there and blessing that stage and to see all them Juggalo faces, turning up to my music.
That's
Speaking on who got love and who got booed at playing the Gathering a couple years now, how about that riff-raff set that we got this year?
I knew that was gonna come up. Yeah, man.
He said, "Damn."
I didn't really look into it too much. Really, I like riff-raff.
So do I, and that's the unfortunate thing, man.
Person, he's not a bad guy. He's got a fun character, but I think he just he just caught us at an off time, and I don't think it was a good look for him to have armed security with him, because that just kind of made it look like he was scared of the Juggalos. And people fear what they don't understand, and I don't think he fully really understands what a Juggalo is. So maybe he's got some soul searching to do when it comes to Juggaloism, before he can truly be accepted by the Juggalos. But I think, just coming out with their armed security made him seem scared. You got to. Rugged Man was up there. He was like, I don't give a fuck if y'all throw a brick at me. I ain't going off this stage. I'm just like,
Rugged Man killed it, man. Rugged Man changed my opinion on Rugged Man this year with his fucking set, dog. Shout out to R.A. He fucking held that shit down this year,
he's a very talented motherfucker, man.
He's a great rapper and a great fucking performer. Another one on the same hand too, Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf actually killed it this year too.
Yeah, he did a good ass job, man. Yeah, him and Rich, everybody really killed it. The only one that really caught any heat was Riff Raff, and I think like I said, we just caught him in an off energy, and like he was kind of, I think he was a little bit scared, and everybody picked up on that. We smelled that shit out, like how a wolf smells fear in the air. You know what I'm saying? But we were an angry pack of Juggalos, and we weren't feeling the energy, man. He should have embraced it a little bit more, and then really gave us some whoop whoops and some families, and like Busta Rhymes when he rocked the Gathering. That was the greatest fucking Gathering moment ever. You know what I'm saying? He came out, and instead of saying all the cities, he was like, Gathering, 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 Gathering. He knew where the fuck he was, because he probably heard Method Man and Redman got it the year before or whatever.
Yep.
Man, that was an amazing moment.
We promise you that's the only spicy question for the night. that was
That wasn't even that spicy. That wasn't even.
Yeah, this is.
You can ask me any question you want, man. I'm gonna just give you the truth from the heart, what I feel.
What's the wildest shit that you've seen in all these 20 years of gathering?
After
like
all 20 years, man,
that's confidential, bro. What do you mean?
Okay.
Okay, well, no, I got one.
Everybody gets asked the question at least once.
Okay, like... I got one. All right. Wildest shit was probably like the Miss, not the Miss. Is it the wet T-shirt contest they be doing at the gathering, right? Mm-hmm. One year, I just got to the gathering. I showed up early in the day. And my homie Joey V, who does a lot of guitars for me and ICP and a lot of different people in the underground, Joey V was there, and they were like, Joey V, you're going over there and you're judging the wet T-shirt contest. And he was all like nervous and shit, right? And and he looks at me and our other homie Johnny, and he's like, I'm only doing it if you guys come over there with me and come up there with me or whatever. So I'm like, fuck yeah. Wet T-shirt contest. Fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we go over there, and of course they're pouring Faygo on each other instead of water. And it was like our job to like tap the chicks that weren't like that good looking out and like tap them on the shoulder and be like, all right, you didn't win. You gotta bounce, until it narrowed it down to a few baddies on the stage or whatever, and then they pick the winner. And like I had chicks coming up to me mad that whole weekend, like, man, why you tap me out? What, you think I'm ugly or something? Like, just mad as fuck. It was just like, yeah, it's a hard job. Somebody's got to do it,
Well, that's gonna be harder than serving.
They're getting down on each other in this kiddie pool with the Faygo, and these bitches start fucking each other with the 2 liters. Like the tips of the 2 liters and shit, and fucking squirting Faygo out their pussies. The one bitch is eating the other bitch out, and the old girl comes up behind her with the 2 liter, didn't even aim for pussy or butt. She just, and all I'm thinking this whole time is I'm like, some lucky juggalo is gonna be eating Nedden at the gathering and be like, rock and rye. Only at the gathering. You know what I'm saying?
Some ninja hogged down that 2 liter and was watching where the fuck they did with that bitch as they were fucking getting done with the
trying to get all the juices out of it.
He's like, let me smell
the backfire juices. Yeah, that seems like a recipe for a yeast infection. But yeah, bitches squirting Faygo out their pussies. Not bitches, juggalettes, fine juggalettes. Fine
The sisters.
Classy juggalettes squirting Faygo out their pussies is probably top-notch gathering madness.
Top tier gathering debauchery that you can only see at the fucking gathering of juggalos, so you better be there or you're some fucking Juff, man.
Big facts.
I kind of want to ask, coming back to your music a little bit, with the CHOPSHOP logo, what was the inspiration for that, bro? If you don't mind me asking, like, was that your mind, like creating the logo for CHOPSHOP?
I really kind of low key. I ganked it from something we had. All right, so I used to work at this other studio. Right now, I'm at Rock Hill Sound, which I run ROXXX recording service out of, and formerly known as Metro 37. That's the studio I'm at. Like you can see, like big boards in the back and shit. And I used to work at this place called Devati Studios, and we had this big ass collage on the wall with a bunch of just random art, like nuns with guns and I don't know, just different sayings from Bruce Lee and like a bunch of different stuff. And there was like this skull with a gas mask and it had 2 wrenches behind it. And I seen that and I don't know, it was just kind of inspired me. So I gave that artwork to my homie ID's Illegal and had him redraw it. And then we did a couple different variations of it. But I just seen them wrenches behind it. And I felt like the axe and the wrench, like that's always kind of been CHOPSHOP's kind of imagery as far as like, the axe and the wrench, rims the limbs, the wicked shit, but also we chopping up cars and riding in dope ass whips and gang type shit, like it's always, I don't know, I feel like the axe and the wrench embodied it. And then like the skull and the gas mask, really it was just gonna originally be the album cover for God Bless the New World Order Volume 1, but it kind of turned into like the official like logo for CHOPSHOP, you know what I mean? Because we'd had a few, like we had like a bloody rim logo or whatever that Boski did back in the day. But like this really embodied like CHOPSHOP as an image, as an imagery. And as far as relating back to what the type of shit we rap about, because that's where the gas mask comes from. You know, we was, God bless the New World Order Volume 1, we was already talking about syringe vaccinations and all that shit, because it's all kinds of conspiracies out there. So like,
that's about
to drop is almost like told you so. You know what I'm saying?
Juggalo
Hold on, dog.
Simpsons.
Hold on, dog. It's not conspiracies if they're coming right, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Just gonna say. Yep.
Listen to the intro. God bless the New World Order Volume 1. You know.
I think
you know, Sneak, I'm open-minded to the shit, but I don't dive as deep as others do. Like Sneak, the other dude that raps with me, he's like a weirdo about that shit. You know what I'm saying? He knows every conspiracy there is, you know, and a lot of it does end up turning to be true or turning to be like predictions and, you know, have insight.
I love going down them little rabbit holes, man, because there's like, if you ain't got nothing to do on a fucking Wednesday night, go down a rabbit hole. You'll find a rabbit hole about every fucking thing.
Go down one of them hoes.
All the fucking dirty shit the government's done over the years, you know?
Man.
All the shit.
Starting to sound like Alex Jones over here. They're turning the frogs.
Alex Jones on the first What's the New World Order record on Dirty Water.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Jones for THUGGALO show. You heard it here first.
No, it's funny about the Chop Shop logo. Me and Onset here, we used to be a part of a podcast group.
And it's funny you say you ripped it off
because we found out later in the game, because we were like, man, this shit looks familiar as fuck. Like, we couldn't figure out. This dude was a scumbag who was running it, and we're like, man, where's our logo coming from, bro? He literally ripped y'all's shit and was running it as a fucking.
He said, "Oh shit,
100%, bro, 100%." And we were like, we've seen this for somewhere. And
at least I had a revision done of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just straight up gank it. But I was inspired by some art that I seen on our collage at the studio.
Well, apparently, we were inspired by you.
Hey, no worries, man. You guys can borrow the logo. You can license it. It's just only going to cost me $14.3 million.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Okay, we'll write you an IOU.
I'm just kidding.
We got you.
No, for real, y'all can borrow it. Y'all are good.
We got you for $17 on the first installment, my man.
17.
17 and
I got some balloons left over from the gathering, bro, and
that's enough to get you a cheesesteak at the gathering, one of the fucking food places.
Yeah, and then you can get the shits and go to the porta potty and fucking have poop water splash up on your butt.
Bro, speaking of the porta potties this year at the gathering they were actually on that shit. They weren't.
They were pretty on point. Okay.
Yeah,
bro, Two things about the porta potties this year at the gathering. One of them, they were actually pretty good. They kept up on it. And two, they were hosting a twisted meet and greet in one of them, man. It was wild.
Yeah, I seen that, man.
Yeah, bro. It was weird though, because like every time I went in there, it just smelled like shit, and no one was there, so I just kept leaving. Man,
you guys are funny, man.
Last year we got fucking all sorts of good porta potty experiences. There was a shit cake.
No,
that someone
there was
had
stale wind in the air everywhere.
Oh, it was wild. And then there was at least like 3 of them that were clogged up by rebel flags, which was pretty fresh. You couldn't shit, but I mean you could piss on a rebel flag, which is kind of cool.
Okay, that's a double-edged sword there. You know, you're happy because we're disgracing the rebel flag, but we're kind of like upset because
we can't
fucking up the porta potty and you know people can't shit. Yeah.
And another thing, I don't think any of the porta potties were exploded this year by fireworks juggalos. So good job on
juggalos. Let's go.
Maybe we can.
That happened before. They blew up a porta potty.
Oh yeah,
it happens every year.
Oh man.
Last year, they were.
I've always missed that one, but I definitely seen them getting like graffitied and blew the fuck up.
Every year. Yeah. Last year, they were drilling fucking glory holes into the sides of the motherfuckers.
There was a ninja running around with the hole bit that you use to cut holes in wood, and he was just running through them, just whomp, drill one, whomp, and then Sharpie glory hole. Bro, you could probably put your dick through, like, if your dick was long enough, probably through like 3 porta potties at once. It was
wild. 3 porta potty glory hole.
Bro, you can get it from both sides if you're willing. I mean, shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh fuck! So,
all right, so I guess we got more questions here. It's not all just dick jokes and glory hole fucking porta potty fun around this.
You guys not seen my brother's podcast? Like I'm used to that type of shit.
Shout out to Shaggy Show. Shout out to Shaggy Show.
Shout out to Shaggy Show, man. Much love to
Killing
the
the fucking game right now. Yes,
Fucking
number
killing
one Juggalo podcast, right there. Well, I will say that for sure. So we're gonna talk a little bit about we spoke on it a little bit earlier about growing up in the culture, being fucking Shaggy's brother, growing up in the Juggalo culture a little bit. Was that what really inspired you to start making music? Was just being around all of the talent?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely was a huge factor. I mean, I look up to my brother. He's my hero still to this day. He's an inspiration to me, you know. I was at that age where around when Great Milenko and Jekyll Brothers came out. I was at that age where everybody was asking you hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? You know, what are you gonna be? Da da da. And everybody's asking me that shit, and I'm looking around at all the adults around me in my life, and everybody's fucking miserable except for one guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's my brother. He's doing something fucking super cool, making a shit ton of money, loving his life, being creative because he believed in himself and he took the shot. You know what I mean? And he worked hard as fuck too, you know? So, you know, I seen everybody else miserable doing regular ass adult jobs. I seen him fucking doing something cool as fuck. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do, you know? And I just decided. And I had already kind of dabbled in it a little bit. As far as just making spoofs of ICP songs and goofing around as a kid. But at one point, I decided that's what I want to do. I'm going to buy it. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to rap, I need beats. So I ended up buying a drum machine. Me and my friend and my brother actually all pitched in and got an MPC 2000. We started making beats, and, you know, the rest is history, you know. Because I was if I'm going to be rapping, I'm going to need beats. So I ended up, you know, saving up, getting a drum machine. And then that's how I got kind of more into the production side as well, which ended up being a good avenue for me because, you know, besides being a rapper, my other day job is I'm a music producer for other rappers in Detroit and bands and singers. And I record and mix and master and produce and create instrumentals for other musicians.
Who's one of the favorite people that you've worked with as far as your production wise?
Yeah, drop a little name drop.
Yeah,
I do a little name
drop. The eyebrow raise. He got the eyebrow raise.
So E40 came to my studio in Troy, Devati Studios, and blessed the mic, and he was like, testing. Oh, the mic sounds nice, man. Because he talks like that in real life. It's not a gimmick.
So cool.
And I remember he had writer's block, right? And he was like, tell some stories. I need some inspiration. And E40's son is a juggalo, just so you know. His son is into the culture. Really? You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Yeah, that's fucking super fresh, right?
Yeah, right.
So knowing that his son's a juggalo, what do? I tell him the story about the Juggalette wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling that shit. He was like, tell another story. But
40 said, yeah, boy, I can't fuck with that.
I don't know if you're
wild.
I don't know if you're big on the current Detroit rap scene and shit. If you're familiar with Icewear Vezo, but he's topping the charts right now. He came through. Yeah, Icewear Vezo came through and blessed the mic a few months ago. I almost blew him off because it was WrestleMania night, and I was supposed to do a WrestleMania party with my homie JV, and I didn't know it was Icewear Vezo. So I was like, man, I usually don't do same day booking. I might need to charge you extra because I might have to cancel my wrestling party. That he's like, you got another engineer there? And I asked my assistant engineer who's actually covering me in the other room right now. I'm like, Chuck, you want to take a session? He's like, hell yeah, take a session. And then I get back and I'm like, yeah, he said he'll take the session. He's like, okay, tell him it's Icewear Vezo. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, what? I was like, you know what? Fuck the WrestleMania party. I think I'm gonna stick around and take this Icewear Vezo session, because he was on my bucket list as far as Detroit rappers to work with. Malik from the Cheddar Boys is somebody I'm proud that I worked with. Baby Blue from Pretty Ricky. You know, I've had a few. Cash Kid is somebody real big from Detroit that I got to work with. I almost got to work with Juice WRLD. Damn. Imagine if I would have pulled together a Trey Pound, Shaggy, Too Dope, Juice WRLD. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD.
Rest in fucking peace, man.
Yeah, I had a plug with a rap manager guy from Detroit. He managed Juju on the Beat and my homegirl Ashley Weimer for a minute and a bunch of Detroit stripper chick rappers. His name's Joe Davis. And he called me. He's like, I got Juice WRLD in the studio right now. And this was right after Lucid Dreams came out, you know, and I had heard Lucid Dreams, but I didn't know Juice WRLD was the artist that did Lucid Dreams. So I was like, who's Juice World? You know what I'm saying? And I'm on like a sushi date at the time with some chick I was hollering at. And she's like looking at me like, you ain't about to leave this date to go do some studio shit. And I'm like, who's Juice World? And, you know, I looked something up and I seen 1 million views and I was, because it just came out. So it wasn't at like 100 million views or nothing crazy. Like I seen 1 million views. I was like, I'd have to drive all the way back to fucking Rochester. And then I would have to drive up from Melvindale to Rochester back to Detroit to maybe work with this guy who I don't even know who he is. And then like a week later, Lucid Dreams comes on the radio. I was with the same chick that I was on the date with too, that wouldn't let me fucking.
Bitch, I was eating sushi with you when I could have been working with this dude.
Right. So yeah, Lucid Dreams fucking comes on the radio, and it's one of those radios where it tells you like the artist name and shit. And I was like, oh shit, that's fucking Juice World, the motherfucker that's got like the biggest single on the radio right now with the Sting sample and shit. Like, oh. And honestly, the beat that they were interested in was the beat that I ended up using for the song with my brother, Damaged. So
I love that.
That's why I say, imagine if I would have got Juice World on a verse for Damaged.
That would have been the fucking it. That would.
That collab would have been.
I should give somebody the instrumental with an open verse to acapella it in there or some shit, Tupac style.
That's totally.
But yeah, so I almost worked with Juice World, but I unfortunately didn't. You know. But it was a close call. There was one time when Yellow Wolf's manager called me to work, but I was at the gathering, and I was like, "Oh shit, it was fucking Yellow Wolf!" Fuck, like because you know, he got referred to me that somebody told him I was a good engineer, good at producing and stuff.
Shaggy 2 Dope would have probably got played on the fucking mainstream radio if that fucking would have worked out. That's so fucking wild.
Yeah, and who would have thought I would have been the plug? But it didn't happen. So if was the fifth, we'd all be drunk, you know. Shit. But Baby Blue from Pretty Ricky is blessed the mic at the studio. The studio I work at, Machine Gun Kelly is recorded at, but I didn't do the session. Post Malone showed up for a session, but he passed out in his Metro car and didn't record, but the label still paid the studio, so that was cool. Attila has recorded at the studio I work at, but I didn't work with them either.
Attila, man. I fuck with Attila hard. I'm going
in this room, actually. Attila track some projects out of this room for sure.
Big gas. I'm going to see them next month.
Yeah.
They're coming up to Detroit next month.
But yeah, I got a pretty damn good resume. I also have an associate's degree from Schoolcraft College for sound recording technology, so I'm not just winging it. You know what I'm saying?
Juggalo in college, shit.
As far as I'm corporate juggalo, you know, I'm a corporate juggalo now.
Hey, it's good to see us. Like we're everywhere, motherfucker. Y'all don't know this, but we're everywhere.
Dude,
hey, hold on 1 second. I got 1% battery. I'm about to grab a charger real quick. Give me like 30 seconds.
Oh shit.
Oh. His phone's about to rude boy us.
Rude boys. Yeah, shout out Rude Boy and Carlito, man. We love y'all.
Yeah, they will be back. Shout out Rude Boy and Carlito.
We gotta run them back.
Could y'all just let's take a moment to like think about that. If Juice WRLD would have hopped on a beat with Trey Pound, a Trey Pound beat, and that would have been like Juggalo culture right then. Because I see everybody freaking out in the comments about Posty, but everybody should know that Posty's been fucking down for years now, man. I would love to see Posty at a gathering. Just know that would bring a lot of normies to the gathering. Lots of normies.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it'd be a healthy mix. But I just think it's really fresh. Like for in the instance, like Trey here, he had a big shoes to fill and like filled that shit no fucking problem, bro. Like a clown should, you know what I mean?
Big old clown shoes.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, and you filled them.
Like a double entendre pun to that whole fucking saying, huh?
Yeah, for real, bro. You filled them hoes too.
Man, it's, you know, I had a good mentor, you know, at the same time, you know, like fucking, you know, not everybody gets to get guidance from a fucking multi-platinum rapper.
The guidance you got was a man who like worked his ass off for everything he's got. It's all self-made, and like people like to guide themselves on how him and Jay did their career. Like people like to mold themselves off of how the fuck they grinded to be like a solo pushed artist, all completely fucking homegrown, fucking pushing themselves into who the fuck they are now, man. Like that helps me as being an engineer too, as far as guiding other artists with their career.
and telling them, yo, if you got to go pass out 1 million flyers to sell 1 million tapes, you better move into Kinko.
Right.
Get on,
You know what I'm saying?
get on that Kinko
That
vibe,
obviously
dog.
applies differently to Instagram and social media and new school promotion tactics these days, but you guys know what I mean.
It's different, but in the same breath, it's the same fucking thing. But instead of passing out flyers, individually, we're passing out fucking posts every single day about
QR
different fucking
codes,
things.
making posts, making videos, passing out fucking free download cards, whatever it might be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the other thing that I'll say is he never really handed me too much. You know what I'm saying? He always made me earn it to a certain degree.
For it.
You know what I mean? And like even to the point where like when I was really young, when I was first getting into music, like I would lie and say that's not my brother, so I wouldn't be in that shadow.
Damn.
And I would try to flex like, no, I'm just doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was funny because like when I was in high school and shit, like sometimes I would lie and say it wasn't my brother, and then sometimes I'd be truthful. But it probably made me look like I was a liar either way. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to commend yourself and your family and all that, because if you really like look at what you're doing today in today's reality, like back in the day we used to have like Shakespeare and like performing arts that were on a stage that told the story and shit. You guys are like part of the last group of those people. Like ICP not only and yourself and Psychopathic not only does like music, but there's a whole performing act with it too. They bring a stage set out, they throw Fago, all that shit. It is a performing art. I hope that whatever books are written about American history or modern society in general, I hope that you guys are mentioned in that somewhere, because like eventually all that shit's going to stop and we're all going to be watching like a screen or in space or probably blowed the fuck up or something. But like you come from a line of people that are fucking the pioneers in the last dying age of this shit. And
hell yeah,
that's really fresh, dude. I think that's really fresh. Juggalos are doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not so mainstream, dude.
Yeah, it's theatrical, it's performing, it's entertainment. It's more than walking back and forth on the stage rapping. That's great, especially if you know the songs and it's good music and somebody you paid to see. But that's what, that's something that I say to a lot of the rappers that I work with in the studio too, is, you got to figure out a way to stand out from all these people, from the next person, because there's 100,000 people trying to do it. There's 60,000 songs a day released in Spotify every single day. How are you going to stand out from them other 60,000 songs when you drop your one song or your 10 songs for your tape or whatever it is? And I've always tried to incorporate a little bit more than just walking back and forth and rapping on my stage performance.
Good.
Like even from the beginning, I used to DJ a little bit in the middle of my set and do some scratches. Or like now I do, I'll play the drum machine and make the beat live while I'm rapping and shit. At one time I had like a Wolfman on stage with me, or like, you'll see me with an axe on stage running around, you know what I'm saying, looking like I'm about to accidentally bust somebody in the head in the crowd, but I never will. So, it is an inspiration, the way that they put on a full ass show that's not just somebody walking back and forth on the stage rapping. Like they give you your bang for your buck, and I've always been inspired by that and tried to bring more to the table than just standing there rapping,
Yeah, bro.
I still got more. I still got all kinds of inspiration that I haven't even unleashed on y'all yet. You know what I'm saying? That I've had ideas for a long time, and it's just about bringing them to fruition as far as the visuals and the theatrics for Tre Pound and CHOPSHOP especially.
Now I want to speak about, you spoke about how your brother didn't really like give you too much or like fucking, hand it to you. Do you think that helped you like fucking put your nose to the pedal and just grind more and like
definitely, yeah,
make you
like
want it even fucking more?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I first started out and bought my first drum machine, he didn't just like buy me a drum machine. He was like, all right, you save up half and I'll pitch in with you on the other half, So I got my first, I was like 13, 14, somewhere that age. I got my first summer job and I was doing a bunch of little hustles, sold a little bit of weed probably. I shouldn't.
Allegedly.
Cut some lawns and fucking did what I had to do to get that money. So, what I'm saying? I earned it, you know what I mean? So I was gonna get like a cheap little Dr. Rhythm because that would have been all I could afford. So, but he did help out a little bit in that helped out a lot of times in that aspect. He gave me a little boost here and there, but a lot of times he fucking threw me in the water to see if I could swim. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fresh.
Baptism by fire, if you will. I think that
kind
helps
of-
make people who they are, though.
I do too.
It's like kind of understanding the value of a dollar type shit.
Yeah.
And that led me to spend countless hours just in the studio making beats, fucking with gear, recording, mixing, mastering, doing shit, and to learn that craft at a different level. Like even when I went to school, I had a lot more experience than a lot of the other, cats in the classes with me and shit, because I was already selling studio time for a few years before that. I started out in my mom's basement, and then I had a little studio in Detroit. Then I was in Royal Oak. Then I ended up in Troy. Now I'm in Rochester.
It's fucking fresh, bro.
Hell
A lot of people probably just assume that, they kind of, here you go, bro. There, you're set up. That's really a fucking fresh perspective on your hustle, dude.
Yeah, and just steel sharpens steel. So like not, being around my brother, being around cats like Spit Vicious, being around Sketch, being around all these other Detroit rappers, being around my older brother John, who was also a producer before he passed. The rappers he was bringing around, that stuff always kept my sword sharp, because my peers were not fucking just some guy rapping. They were like motherfuckers that were really doing shit. So it was like, Spit Vicious definitely like is somebody that also mentored me a lot with my stuff. You guys may or may not be familiar with him, but he was like signed with DreamWorks back in the day. He was on that show on MTV Platinum, and that movie with Nick Cannon, Underclassmen. But he helped me learn how to do like chopper raps, and just like I was always around him because we were almost formed a rap group at one point called Smash Mob. We were on a billboard to open up for Busy Bone in Indiana before we even had anything recorded. But, it was one of those things, classic story where, drugs and alcohol kind of fucking caused it a downward spiral, and everybody started butting heads and shit. But we had some dope ass music. But like just rapping next to fucking greatness like Shaggy 2 Dope and Spit Vicious and King Gordy, and you know what I'm saying, caused me to have to I couldn't just be a regular rapper. I had to learn the fucking strategies of chopper rapping. I had to learn about being more clever and relatable with people. I had to learn how to sing a little bit, and play instruments. Like I play piano and stuff too,
You mentioned your older brother John. What was it like when you performed with ICP when y'all did the Inner City Posse stuff at the Carnival or Carnage show? I guess you did that back in like 2017.
Man.
You were part of that. What was that shit like, bro?
Fucking lost their mind that night, man. People were coming over the barricades, fucking crowd surfing. Everybody was lit, bro. Everybody in that building sung like every word of that shit with us, bro. And it was really an amazing experience, and it was an honor to be able to pay homage to my older brother in that way, and to be a part of the whole ICP thing in a way that I never was able to before. And like, who better to pay homage than me,
Yeah, no shit, bro.
100% agree.
Like I was a kid hearing his words, on some of the first shit that was coming out of the clowns, and like the fact that.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the fact that Juggalos kind of got that, bro. His spirit was living in you that night. So like the fact that Juggalos got to re-get that shit it was so
and
fresh.
And the way
dude.
that they were fucking feeling it was so fucking
Mm-hmm.
chef's kiss.
I got a weird odd story, and I don't know if it'll really like make sense to y'all or like seem relevant or not. But like, so I had a client in the studio around that time, and his name was Young Zach Living Soul, right? But his name was actually Darius. His name wasn't Zach, and Zach was his brother that died. So his whole rap persona was his brother is living his spirit through his raps and shit. Like he's, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it was weird for me to be working with that artist, and then after I had already like started working with that artist, like around that time was when they hit me up like, yo, you're gonna go and you're gonna pay homage to your brother. And that like made me think like, damn, yo, John gets to like live through me for like, another night,
That's
through his
some
lyrics
carnival
and
shit. That's some carnival shit right there.
Yeah, or like even another example, like like my homie Uncle Spaceman, he had a friend that died, and his friend that died left him his rhyme book, And Uncle Spaceman still comes in every once in a while, and he'll lay his friend that died's rhymes, like the words. He'll say the words for him and shit that were never got to get recorded. So it's like his friend's rapping from beyond the grave, you know. And it's crazy how you can channel somebody's spirit even when they're not with us through music and through different forms of art and communication.
That's fresh, dude. That was my personal question. I've been kind of waiting to ask you about that all night. Like, that was really cool, dude. I'm glad that you got to take part of that. We all needed that, man.
Me too, man.
I said, yeah, are we going to do like word association now?
We do got word association. We got it rolling right here. All right, so I don't know if you're familiar with how the word
check this out,
association
bro.
works. So we're going to throw names at you, and you can do one word that associates with the name, or you can, you got a little story that you want to throw with the name. It's up to you. But
Okay.
the first one to start it off, we spoke on him earlier, and you kind of blessed us with a little bit of it earlier, is E40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what comes to mind?
What's crack-a-lacking? No. testing. Oh, the mic sounds nice, man. That's what comes to mind when you say E40.
Little Easy.
The homie, good friend, awesome person, rap legend.
Lil White.
Lil Easy E and Little White, both people I've had the honor of touring with and working with in the studio. See, I didn't even add them to my brag list, and y'all brought them in there. But yeah, both people I've had honor to work with in the studio. Little White is my friend, and every time he comes to Detroit, he fucking shows love. After the first couple times I met him and worked with him, I was like, is this guy even gonna remember me? And he remembered me, and he was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's smoke that blunt and fucking keep doing your thing, man. We about to rock these shows.
Little White's been one of the definitely ones.
Spin-off story. Back in the day, when Jelly Roll was Little White's hype man, me and the homies, some of my homies bought a feature from Little White and a feature from Jelly Roll, and I actually got to make a beat for Jelly Roll before he became super duper famous when he was like just a regular rapper. And I didn't even like never would have known that would have been such a great investment just to buy a feature from Jelly Roll, Little White's hype man and shit. And turns out he ends up being a fucking #1 country singer and shit. But the song's called I Got That Fuck You Up Shit. You can only find it on Bandcamp. From the homie Sketch, but I made the beat on that bitch.
Fresh as shit. That was back in his drywall days.
Yep.
Drywall.
Yeah, pretty much.
The next one would be DJ Clay.
DJ Clay family. You know, that's like brother from another mother, man. Peers, siblings. He's at every family gathering. You know, fucking I'm loyal to that guy fucking forever, man. That's fucking the crew. Me, Joey, Clay, like in the family.
I guess the next one is Bob ROXXX.
Bob ROXXX, man, that's a best friend, man. You know, you don't got a lot of people in your life that want to actually fucking see, like, I've never had somebody in my part of my career that truly had a good heart and wanted to see me succeed the way that Bob ROXXX does, and the way he believes in me and the way he gets behind me and helps push me and bring my ideas to fruition. Like, Bob ROXXX is you know, essential to the revival of my career as Trey Pound, and bouncing back from some of the things I've been through and getting back into it. And I wouldn't have been able to do a lot of things that I didn't do without him. So much thanks and love and respect and props to Bob ROXXX for everything he's done for me, man.
That's fresh, dude. That's what these guys did for me, man.
Hell yeah.
Next one is kind of like a group of people, if you will. The motherfucking Juggalos.
The Juggalos, man. The Juggalos, man. The beautiful thing about the Juggalo family is I can go anywhere in the world and find homies and be embraced and have something to talk about and you know, feel like I got family. I could be in the middle of fucking buttfuck Kansas somewhere or whatever, you know, somewhere, and I fucking come across the Juggalo and it feels like I just met somebody I already know. I'm around one of us, you know, like, I don't know. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's like having family everywhere. It's like having family, like anywhere you go, you're going to be able to fucking find somebody that's like family to you. It's crazy for me.
I find something in the Juggalo family is no matter who I meet, I will find myself, at least some portion of myself, and at least every juggalo that I meet. It might not necessarily be my personality or my taste in music, but there's going to be a trait about that person that is literally fucking me walking around. You know what I mean? That's what I really fuck with my family, is like, that's how I know I belong in a sense. That's my personal kind of take on that.
Oh, yeah.
The next question, I finally got a fucking chance to experience this for the last year at Hallowicked. But what's up with the city of Detroit?
What's up with the city of Detroit? It's a unique place, you know. It's been through a lot. It's been through riots. It's been through fucking, you know, industrial and political and fucking bullshit. And it's also been a incubator for some of the greatest talents the world's ever seen. And in music culture and culture itself, you know, and it's I love the melting pot of my city. You know, I love the way people embrace each other in Detroit. But at the same time, Detroit can be the most hated fucking city too. At the same time, but I love to see Detroit shine, man. I love to see Detroit hip hop still being a leading source of hip hop for the world. You know, with cats like T Grizzly, and it's funny that T Grizzly would pop off with a song called "First Day Out." Because, you know, there was another Detroit rapper that had a song called "First Day Out." It's like
for T Grizzly making his money on that GTA server right now. That boy is making bands playing fucking video games. Love to see that shit, son.
Yeah, and
bro, he brought Detroit to the online, bro.
Fucking Helluva is a cat that I had a chance to kick it in the studio with a lot, thanks to the homie Spit Vicious and shit. Because Helluva used to be Vicious's hype man when Vicious was signed, so I got to kick it with Helluva a lot, who does a lot of the beats for the Detroit rappers, made that beat for First Day Out. And I was really impressed with Helluva on that First Day Out beat, though, because the way they did the key change on that drop, when he'd be like 6 mile, Rick mile, record check, kick down, you know what I'm talking about? When that shit drops, like, that shit is fucking hard as fuck. And so shout out to the homie Helluva for that, man. We've had the pleasure of being able to exchange studio secrets and tips. Like, he taught me some stuff about saving session files on Pro Tools. I taught him some stuff about routing auto-tune and stuff like that. So shout out Helluva,
dope
man.
Seeing juggalos get these connections with like all these mainstream artists and working together and sharing little whoop-de-wops with each other, man. It's good to see those connections being made.
Helluva used to come to my barbecues and shit. So, like, you know, it's fucking great to see somebody. We always knew he was destined for greatness. He was already on the path ever since like Stretch Money, ever since he did anything. Like, he always spoke shit into existence and brought it to fruition and manifested.
Thanks.
Next one, big name on the list. Speaking in Detroit, is the motherfucking Godfather, Isham the Unholy.
Isham, you know, that's family too. That's cousin, you know, like whenever we see each other, he's always been cool as fuck, man. And he goes out of his way to be cool and say what up and be like, I remember you, you know what I'm saying? The first time I met him, I think I smoked some of my Aunt Jane's weed with him. And he was like, where'd you get this weed from? And I was like, my Aunt Jane grows it. That was the first time I ever really kicked it with him. But yeah, he's always been a cool cat, man. I've never been like super close with him or anything, but you know, we've done a few things together and fucking, you know, friend of the family type shit.
Hell yeah.
Next one on the list is Ouija Miggity Miggity Mac.
So I got the honor of going on tour with Ouija in 2019 with my brother, and we were backwood homies, man. We smoked a lot of backwoods together. That was we could always count. If I didn't have a backwood rolled up, he had one rolled up. He don't really smoke woods no more. He's probably, you know, too much invested into his voice at this point. Or something, I don't know. But yeah, we were backwood homies on the tour, and that's the homie, man. And he's done a lot for the Juggalo culture and for Psychopathic. And I'm glad to see he is bringing the culture to the next generation and you know, keeping it entertaining and keeping things pushing forward, man. And he's a fucking incredible talent, man. And the Juggalos love him, and I love him. And fucking shit, I want to see him and ICP and Trey Pound and fucking CHOPSHOP and all these motherfuckers at the top of the charts again. You know what I mean?
Again.
Well, it's inevitable, man. It's inevitable.
Next one is
Let's
your
keep it
brother,
going.
Shaggy.
And that's my idol, man. I mean, I can't lie, man. I've always fucking looked up to him. I always say there's a lot of benefits and a lot of bones to being Shaggy's brother, but the benefits outweigh the bones by far. You know what I'm saying? Like so far. You know what I mean? I mean, I get to fucking go to the gathering every year and watch my brother fucking kill it, you know, and have all these people who are my fucking favorite rappers and my idols also, you know, watch them open up for him, you know, and it's a blessing, and you know, and I'll always have my brother's back in any fucking situation. Like I don't give a fuck if it seems corny that I'm fucking overly passionate when somebody says something negative about Juggalos or ICP, because you know why? What fucking entertainer do you know that's broken his neck 3 times just to entertain his fucking fans?
Facts.
That's it.
So
That's
like if you got something negative to say, yo, shut the fuck up, because your hero ain't fucking breaking his neck to entertain you.
No, he hides behind the fucking curtain and shit won't come out.
Since I be the man, how to be the boss. How to rap through the curtain like I don't got a floss. All right, we got one more name.
It's a big one too on the list, and it's the motherfucking Duke of the Wicked himself, Violent J.
Violent J, man. Whenever I think about him, you know, that's brother from another mother too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he'd say the same thing about me. You know, we're like unofficial brothers, distant, but still brothers. And when I think about Violent J, man, it takes me back to being a little kid, and you know, every day he'd come over to my mom's house to kick it with Joey, and Joey be hungover or whatever the fuck, sleeping in till fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so we'd end up wrestling in the front yard, and I'd always get my little homies from the neighborhood to come help me kick his ass. And fucking, you know, it's just, I always just take it back to fucking just hanging out, wrestling in the front yard, and how cool it was of him to fucking, you know, actually take the time to kick it with us, and to wait for Joey to fucking wake up, because he could have been like, fuck this guy, and moved on and did something else, and then we would have never had ICP or none of that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, when I think about Joe Bruce, I usually immediately go back to thinking back in the days wrestling in the front yard when I was a little kid with all the homies from the neighborhood just trying to fuck them up and shit, and people fucking doing elbow drops off the porch and shit.
That's so cool, dude.
But yeah, definitely brother from another mother, man. Fucking, you know, he's the essential parts of the family, and he's one of the greats as well, you know. And also, a lot of times, people would tell me I'm the Joe Bruce of my crew. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel a lot of inspiration from him in the way that he runs shit, you know, and is a leader of the pack a lot of times and whatnot. So yeah, brother from another mother right there, man.
I think
it's really good to think of, you know, our idol, because I'm gonna speak for everybody. Like, that's, you know, Joe's our idol, and to like hear him talked about as like just a regular dude that was dropping pile drivers on fucking little kids back in the day, and like that's just, you know, that's like, he is a regular dude, man, and that makes us just feel like, yeah, that's dope.
Hell yeah,
it's
man.
Good to think about.
Yeah, I think he was definitely an inspiration for me in my earlier, you know, growing up angst years, as to pick up, you know, bro, I used to get pushed around in lockers and shit because I'm like 5'6", I'm a small dude, and I used to get pushed around a lot, and you know, like listen to the clowns growing up during those periods. I got a fucking set of balls because of some of that shit. Some of the shit that he said kind of gave me a fucking retrospective look into my own life. Like, I'm not a pussy. I'm a fucking juggalo, and I can stand up for myself.
I can stand up. I could pull a slick one on these motherfuckers that pull the slick one on me, or, you know, I don't have to just take it and tuck my tail between my legs, because fucking motherfuckers deserve the karma they get, you know?
Fact. And as a man, like, I find inspiration in your music that you're putting out currently to deal with my fucking problems as a man. You know what I mean? Because some of that shit that you've said, like especially in Damaged, you know, talking about like getting over and dealing with some of that shit, like your like the mental state type of stuff. Like, bro, I deal with that every day, you know, and like, thank you for giving us that shit, dude.
Thanks, man. I take that as a huge compliment, man. And You know, when I made that song, that was my soulful joint, you know. And I was trying to touch people's hearts, and I was trying to share my emotions about what I was going through with losing my mom and my brother, and just how crazy it is. Life goes by so fast. You're like, one day you're a little fucking kid riding big wheels, and the next day you're fucking fully grown, smoking blunts, trying to make money. Like,
Yep.
I don't know, it just seems like a blink of an eye, and you know, people are here one day and the next day they're gone. It's you know, you gotta live for the moment.
Facts.
100%. Well, we got one last fucking question for you, Trey. And
Run
it's,
it.
you know, we like to end out every fucking interview this way. Trey Palm, would you consider yourself a thuggalo? Are you a thuggalo?
100 million bajillion percent thuggalo, blood in these veins.
Gang,
Definitely a thuggalo.
gang.
You heard it here first.
Thuggalo juggalo.
Now,
Two roofs to that
before we let you go and enjoy your fucking Friday night, let everybody know where the fuck they can find you. Let everybody know where they can follow you on all these platforms. Give them all your plugs, all that blah.
TreLB.CHOPSHOP on Instagram. Same thing on TikTok. Michael Tre Pound Locks on Facebook. Welcome to the CHOPSHOP.com on the internets. Definitely look out for me on Lethal Weekend coming up, opening up for DJ Paul on, I believe it's night 1 of Lethal Weekend.
Hey.
September 1st through the 3rd, I'm gonna be at the Float. You know, doing some performances and some appearances, and just and letting my nuts float in the river. And I don't think I got really too much else coming up anytime soon. Just the Tom Woods Float and Lethal Weekend. But them motherfuckers are gonna be turned. If you've been to a Lethal Weekend before, you know it is a intense event, and a lot of juggalos in the house, a lot of thuggalos in the house, a lot of bad bitches in the house, a lot of dope fucking artists in the house. And the Tom Wood Float, you know, is like a more laid back gathering, you know. It's like a more laid back gathering, you know, a little more low key, a little more relaxing, you know. But at the same time, it's still juggalos. We all having fun. We all partying and doing goofy ass juggalo shit. But yeah, that's where you can find me. TreLB.CHOPSHOP on Instagram, you know.
Hey, bro, you should push for Juggalo Ohio. It would be set to see a. It would be
Trey
tight to see
Pound
a
for
Trey
Juggalo
Pound
Ohio
set.
too.
Trey Pound
Right
for
here.
Juggalo Ohio too, bro. Push that shit. Be fresh.
Man, yeah. Fuck yeah, that would be dope, man. I would definitely be interested in, you know, getting involved in some shit like that.
All right, Trey. Well, we're gonna let you enjoy your rest of your fucking Friday night. Let you get back in that booth and fucking cut some more shit up.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure for you taking your time out of this Friday night to kick it with some scrubs. You know, do some
Thanks.
thuggalo shit.
Yep, I got to get back in the control room and track some vocals for some. There's this D-shirt.
Uh-oh, did his phone just die? His phone just died. That's the perfect fucking
Damn.
timing.
Facts. That's some Juggalo
Oh,
shit right
shit.
there, bro. He got to go back to work.
Back to work. The phone was like, all right, done. Time to get
Gotta
back
make-
to work.
Money, motherfucker.
So, all right, we're gonna we got Elixir in the mixer is behind the stage right now.
Elixir's still here, guys.
He's driving. He's on the road right now, if you know, putting in miles right now. But we're gonna bring Elixir on, and then we also got a special fucking guest. So I'm gonna bring Elixir on real quick. He's gonna replace me, and I'll be back right fucking and real quick. Boom.
Whoop whoop. What up, homies?
What up, man?
Yeah, on the road again. Going to pick up the kids after gathering, traveling. You know how it is.
Facts. Life sucks, bro.
Yeah.
We got to return to it.
Right back to the day-to-day grind.
You're
But obviously, I ain't gonna miss a Friday, bro. I'm gonna stop at a gas station. I'm gonna get gas. I'm gonna fucking turn my phone on. I'm gonna join y'all for a little bit. That's
Facts.
I'm gonna do.
What do you think about Trey Pound, bro?
Oh, dude, like I knew it was gonna be a good interview. Come on, man. Like I don't want to just say because of his brother, you know, because obviously he has his own things, and obviously his brother's success will never undermine his own and
Mhm.
shit, which is always fresh. But yeah, man, like I was listening the whole time, and I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker, I'm gonna have to talk to him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to get some face-to-face time with him since I was traveling.
Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers in the chat saying that we fucking kidnapped you or put you in the closet or some shit.
Right. Yeah, no, if you would have brought me on when I was in the dark, it would have looked like that for sure.
Yeah,
It'd been
I'm not trying to.
SOS.
Oh yeah, bro, we're not trying to have you in an R. Kelly video. Oh shit.
No, yeah, don't want that, man. So how's the after gathering depression going for you?
Honestly, I don't really have it. I just have a drive to fucking keep pushing this shit forward.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so
I feel
I'm
that.
gonna
It's
see the
not
homies in the next couple of months anyway. So
exactly. It's almost not as bad knowing Juggalo Ohio 2, Hallow Wicked. We got some events coming up, yo. We're
Mhm.
gonna be together again, all in the same room real soon.
All right, so without further fucking ado, we got our other guest behind stage, and we also got our page of the week here. So
facts.
we're gonna work our way into one little bit of extra flavor before we get to the page of the week, and the extra flavor this week is fucking an OG, if you guys will. So we're gonna get ready to bring on the one and only motherfucking Bob ROXXX of ROXXX TV, y'all.
What up?
Whoop,
How
whoop.
y'all doing?
What's up, Bob?
Whoop,
Whoop whoop.
Happy Friday. How we doing tonight?
Fucking good. Drinking some beers, chilling, hanging out, you know. Watched a little bit of the show. Didn't want to watch too much. I want to stay fresh for my part, you know. How y'all doing?
Fucking kicking it, bro. It's another
Got the
Friday
good
night.
glow
We doing
on.
the same shit you're doing, man.
Exactly. Recovering. We're all recovering from something else, you know, from something different.
Yeah, trying to
So
recover
you
that
guys had a good time
serotonin.
at the gathering?
Facts.
Oh man, the gathering was I'm gonna speak for everybody on panel right now. The gathering was definitely probably the best one I've had in all the years that I've been. For sure.
Hmm.
That's awesome. I was really bummed to miss it this year, but I had a lot going on, and you know, it just wasn't gonna work out. I think we've all been there once or twice. So
It happens to even the best of us.
yeah. Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers. Yeah, mine's almost gone, man. Oh,
So
shit.
tell me, page of the week, man. That's an honor, man. I appreciate this.
We got 2 pages of the week this week, man. We got you, and then we also got somebody we did something with at the gathering. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But we're gonna focus on you right now. So
All
for
right.
everybody who don't know who the fuck Bob ROXXX is, why don't you give everybody a little taste of your flavor and what the fuck you do?
Flavor time.
Well, a long time ago, you know,
A long time ago.
I used to make music, and then I took a break from it, and then when I had that hunger. Like, music leaves you with a hunger, but it's not always to be in front of the mic or in front of the camera. And so I got the hunger to be behind the scenes. And in 2018, I started really being behind the scenes, working. I do mostly, everyone knows I do video, a lot of video stuff. But you know, I dabble in other stuff. We've thrown some events here in Detroit. We've gone on the road to do stuff for other people, but mostly we're doing a lot of video here. And since 2018, I've been working with Rudy, Carlito, you know, the guys that need to charge their phone up. But it's been the best time of my life. I've worked with a lot of people in this industry, but man, I get a lot of enjoyment out of working with these guys because we're never doing the same thing, you know, too much. We've filmed some wrestling TV shows. We've filmed some pay-per-views for some other companies. You know, obviously we've done a lot of interviews, music videos, you know, and I do it with them. You know, it's a partnership, and it's been a wild ride so far. You guys, we went and did what was it? We did Juggalo weekend last year,
Right.
Arizona. You know, we filmed that live performance they showed on Twitch.
Yeah, we went down to Dallas for J Day last year. We
Yeah.
hit the Dallas. Well, I did. I don't know what these dudes did, but me personally, I was down in Dallas with Acetone and them. But I seen y'all shit. That shit looked fucking fire, dude.
Dude, it was a fun time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've done a lot of video, and when they called me, to hire us for that, I had no. I've been to a lot of ICP shows, but I never tried to like film them on a professional level. Oh. And they have so much going on that I was pulling my hair out because I'm like, why do they keep doing more fog? More fucking fog. I can't see through it, and it made me see their whole show through a whole different light, and I'm trying to capture it as good as I can. But it was exciting.
Yeah, this year we were lucky enough to grab some press passes, and we had a couple ninjas that were running around from fucking event to event to event to event, and then when they kept coming back to camp, they were just like, "Fuck, man, this is so much, but it's so fucking worth it. It's so much fun."
It's an adrenaline rush for sure,
and that's what they kept saying too, man.
Your arm feels like it's gonna fall off.
Yeah. My little brother was one of the guys with the press pass for us, and I think he hit like 95% of what was on stage, like from second stage to main stage, and I think he lost like fucking 10 pounds or some shit, like running back and forth.
It ain't no joke. It's an exciting thing when you're going to different events and you're working backstage, you're interviewing artists, you're filming performances, but it can be really exhausting.
It's a mental drain to keep up with all that shit.
Yeah, Rudy and Carlito and I are really focusing on doing a lot. We got about 5 more music videos this summer scheduled so far.
Wow.
We just dropped the Danny Dollars video with Gangster Boo. I don't know if you guys seen that. It's called High Maintenance.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's her last music video ever because she passed away January 1st.
Yeah, that's right.
Of this year. So.
Yeah, recipes.
Yeah, and then we did King Gordy video we just dropped, and those are all. That one was directed by Rudy. We just went to the heart of different places in Detroit, and let him guide us. It was pretty fucking awesome, though. And if there's any artists out there, just hit us up at ROXXX TV. We're filming. And that's what we want to do. We do the wrestling. Rudy's International Big Time Wrestling. It's kind of like a sister company of JCW. A lot of the same wrestlers, will come wrestle for us. A lot of big names. We did a show in Detroit for Cinco de Mayo and Saginaw.
Oh shit!
With former JCW champion Congo Kong.
Oh, fresh.
Congo Kong he's fucking when you're around him in person, there's an energy there, man. The dude's just fucking huge and intimidating.
Man's a fucking machine, man.
Yeah, no shit, bro.
Do a lot of shit with Mosh Pit Mike. You guys know Mosh Pit Mike?
Yeah, that motherfucker cracks me up, dude.
He was just telling me he had a story between him and Mosh Pit.
Yeah, I was an idiot and I was fucked up at the gathering, and I confused him with Trey Pound, like a fucking idiot. And he looked at me and he was like, "Wrong dude, retard." And I was like, "Oh shit, my bad, dude." Yeah, so I'm next to the VIP line, and he's like, "Don't sweat it. Clowns are in there." And I was like, damn, I fuck like a jackass.
He
dude.
sat with his head down like, fuck. Oh, god damn it.
It happens to the best of us. Like, I've done that before where you think you know exactly who you're talking to and you got it fucked up.
Yeah, it was one of those, too. I felt like a fucking idiot.
Or I've fucked up on interviews before. I've had some interviews. I'm not going to say no names, but I've interviewed some artists who have been around. And I'll be like, "Oh, is this your first big tour?" And they'll be like, "This is my 6th. Fuck you." You know, that kind of attitude just starts. You're like, ah. But you don't always know the people you're interviewing. It's impossible to know. I think there's something like 100,000 songs released every day on Spotify. Shit's just crazy how much music there is out there.
Right.
You can't be expected to listen to everybody's fucking music. That's why we get overwhelmed too. Like, a lot of people will be like, "Hey, check out our shit, check out our shit," and we just get flooded our inbox so much, and it's just like, we're trying to give everybody a chance.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big, you guys were at the gathering, so nothing compares, but on the 8th, which was been your final day at the gathering, we had a big, like, free show here in Detroit just for juggalos that couldn't afford to leave town and shit like that. It was a huge party. Rudy and Carlito were like the hosts and the closers, but there was a bunch of opener DJs. It was fucking awesome. The hot dogs weren't awesome, but everything was.
Yes, the hot dog sucks.
Hey man, the guy cooking the hot dogs took a nap in the middle, and they were fucking charred.
Some would argue that those are the best, though. Okay,
it's Juggalo barbecue, man.
I was a trooper. I ate 3 of them and kept on rolling.
Fucking let's go.
Yeah.
Was it the same ninja that does like the Great Fago dogs? Was it that guy?
No,
I wish.
That's the homie, and that's who I cooked the VLTs for this year.
I be telling his tale to people. I'm like, there's a guy, and he cooks Great Fago dogs, and I'm like, I know what you're thinking, but they're fucking good. They snap. They like it so crispy in like a candied kind of way. They're fucking crazy good.
Mm-hmm. Were you at
go 5
ahead.
of those one year in one night.
Were you at Juggalo, Ohio last year?
No, I did not. No.
Ninja was cooking
Where was
those up. It was at Scully's in Columbus.
I haven't been there.
Dude was cooking Fago dogs next to the dumpster, and it wasn't even gross, bro. It was like I'll go over there next to that stench because there's an even better stench coming out of that stench. I know what that is, dude.
Even better stench.
It was you
some
get a Fago dog
hot dog cooked in Great Fago. Yes.
You get a Fago dog, a chips, and a drink for like $5 or some shit. I forget what it was, bro. He had the hookup.
Dude, the night that I was there, no lie, they were free, and he was just cooking all night.
See, that's when he learned. He was like, "Hey, man, I can't
He
learn that shit." If it's for free, everybody with the same mentality. If it's for free, it's for me. Now,
he was like, Bob ROXXX came through and ate 5 of them. We gotta start charging.
That was half our budget. That was a package of hot dogs. Oh shit!
All right, so we do got a couple questions for you, Bob.
I'll take them.
One of them is, what's your Juggalo story? How did you become involved in the Juggalo community, man?
Ooh, I don't get asked this one a lot, and this is a good one. When I was 12, I went to up north to stay with my uncle just because I could. Like, it was summertime, and they're like, you can go up north, stay with your uncle, and hang out with your cousin and shit. And my cousin was like total trouble. So he was like breaking in cars every day. And total, like, he's Mexican and just gangster. And he's like got bone and all this crazy shit. And he's like, I don't want this shit. And hands me Carnival Carnage that he stole out of the car.
Word.
And I remember I put it on my boombox, got in the shower, and by the time I got a few songs in, I was calling my other cousins that lived up north. I was like, come over. You got to hear this. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like never heard nothing crazy. Like Wizard of the Hood and like the Psychopathic song, like all of it. Just, it was funny, but it was still like awesome. Like, I don't know. It was different. And by the time I got back to school, I was like going back into 7th grade or whatever. and I get there and everyone's wearing these like Riddlebox shirts. So I was listening to Carnival Carnage. Everyone else was a couple albums ahead, but it was great. It was like 1994, and I got into it and was crazy about it. And then when I was like 19, I decided to start a rap group, and we did a lot of shows, and eventually we did a lot of work with people in the underground. And Trey Pounds, your previous guest, he used to record all my music at his mom's house, and his brother would come over with his kids, and because we recorded every Sunday. So I got to meet him as a human. And then it was like the circle was complete.
That's
and then it was just awesome. And that man, Shaggy Too Dope, that's Juggalo Patient Zero. He's the model of everything. He's just so wild. I went on tour with him in 2019, and he was practicing sobriety, but you wouldn't know that he was practicing sobriety because we were still up till 4 a.m. making fake wrestling promos with no cameras, and we're screaming at each other across the bus about a fake pay-per-view date that doesn't exist. I'll see you there at the Bash at the Beach. It was just insanity. And being a Juggalo and going on Juggalo adventures has been some of the best times in my life.
That's cool.
I'll give you another one. South by Southwest 2019. Went there to film South by Southwest independently, and then got the call after that ICP was going to be in Austin, Texas, performing. And I was like, whoa. So I called Joey up, and he was like, of course, let's hang out. So I went out. This is how I became friends with Rudy. Me and Joey and Rudy went out on Austin, the town of Austin, just walking around the whole night, fucking causing trouble, having the time of my life. Man, I ended up riding a mechanical bull topless with a whole fucking bar of people chanting Skinny because my tour name was Skinny Lee, which I don't understand. I don't get it. But yeah, being a Juggalo has changed my life, man. And
Changed my life too.
I've had some fucking great adventures, more than I could fucking tell on your show. But it's great. I'll tell you about Rudy. I told you guys I was a rapper. I want to say it was around 2003. I was performing at a club called Peabody's, and at the time we were like a pay and play. So we paid like $200 or $250 or something like that, and they'd give you a handful of tickets to sell if you could. But we're rappers from Detroit going down to Cleveland, so we're not gonna sell any tickets. We were trying to get exposure,
Right.
and it was opening for Blaze and Isham. And we get down there, and the promoter was doing like a cash grab. So he took money from way more artists than he actually had minutes to share on the stage.
Oh,
so he's trying to give us the bone. And Rudy was sitting there at this bar, served food, and they had pizza. And he's sitting at the little dining area eating his pizza. And I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to bother the guy. But I went up and quickly broke it down. Hey, we paid. We came from Detroit. This promoter, he's trying to fuck us over. I said, I know that at the time he was Isham's manager. And I was like, I know this really isn't anything to do with you, but is there anything you can do? And he saw the promoter, pulled him over, and was like, did he give you money? He kept doing that thing. Did he give you money? Did he give you money? And the guy eventually got it, was like, okay, we're going to find you guys a spot to perform. But he didn't have to do that, and man, I got a lot of respect for him over that. And then in 2018, the tour manager for Shaggy's solo tour and South by Southwest, they were like, can you pick up Rudy from the airport? I was like, yeah, okay. Got you. And then so I pick him up from the airport, and at the same time, my boy Casper's calling me like, we booked the wrong day for the Airbnb, and they want us out today. And I'm telling Rudy the situation, and he's like, "You guys can sleep in my hotel room." I'm like, "There's 4 of us, you know. I don't care." Well, we ended up getting it cleared with the Airbnb, and we got the extra night. But I was fucking amazed that this is really, in his eyes, the first day he's ever met me, and he's gonna let my whole crew sleep on his floor.
Yep.
And between that, you know, so I eventually, you know, probably last year or the year before, told him that story from 2003, and of course he didn't remember it firsthand. But the man's got my respect, and I'll always have his back, and we just do cool shit together. Him, Carlito, and me, we just go and make videos and do shit. We went to a weed convention,
Cool.
and we were just like, ask a stoner. We just started, because we went there originally to be serious and do interviews, and the people there were stale. So we're like, fuck these stale like the vendors and
because they were all high, probably.
They were all serious. They were all like, they really meant weed business. So we just started interviewing the people walking around and asking them funny questions like, Friday or Animal House, you know, and like White Castle or Taco Bell, and we just turned anything into an adventure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man on the street interviews are really a great bit of content to do if you're fucking really don't have anything going. You're always going to get society to do your work for you.
Yeah, if you guys are ever looking, your listeners are looking for Juggalo flavor and they want some of that rude boy, there's hours and hours of content on ROXXX TV to watch that's fucking cool or hilarious or interesting.
Cool. I was about to say, yeah, at some point you should plug all your shit so we can start listening to that.
We're right about that. We got one more question for you, Bob, before we get out of here because we're creeping around.
I got you.
It's the same question we just asked Trey a minute ago. Is Bob ROXXX a Thuggalo?
Mm-hmm.
For
you
sure,
know, man.
For sure. I was a Thuggalo before I even knew what it was, but I'm glad to know what I am now. Like, you know what I mean? And I fucking love what you guys are doing. It's the same exact energy and heart that drove me to do this shit in the first place. And you guys are fucking killing it, man. You really are. You guys, the reason you're doing it is you guys got consistency in how you do things, and I love that. It's not all over the place. You guys are fucking professionals.
And we're in it because, you know why? Because we love this fucking culture and we breathe this fucking culture. That's what
so September 9th in Southwest Detroit, Rudy is throwing this big thing called Chicano Fest. It's free. They're going to have all kinds of bands and DJs playing. They're going to have all kinds of free wrestling, everything. So if anyone's in the Detroit area, September 9th, Chicano Fest, come out, meet Rudy, Rude Boy Hill, because I guarantee you he will appreciate every fan that comes to his festival. This is his heart, and this is our third one. And last year we had a Mexican punk band, and it fucking kicked ass. We had all kinds of shit, and we had a comedian, and we're really gonna top it this year. We got a lot of fucking performers, so.
Sounds fresh, dude.
I know. I just bookmarked it. I have it bookmarked down.
And if you guys are trying to find our stuff, ROXXX-TV, or you can type the old school ROXXX TV. We did rebrand at some point, but you can find us through either way.
So everybody make sure you go and follow fucking ROXXX TV, fucking all of the links that he just mentioned, because, you know, we like to show just as much love as they like to show to us.
Yeah, we just released a show called Wrestling Real Talk today. It's Rudy and this other wrestler from the 80s, Chris Carter, and they just go over old wrestlers and talk about them and stuff. And we got a lot of good shit like that on our YouTube channel. A lot of classic wrestling shit. So it's pretty much, our YouTube channel could go rap wrestling. That's like all it is rap and wrestling, man. But it's what I fucking love, so that's all that matters.
It sounds like Juggalo shit. That's what Juggalos
Yeah,
are
that's
about.
straight Juggalo
right there.
shit.
Thank you for dropping the link, JH.
Everybody make sure you guys go drop a sub right now. Right after
Yeah,
you leave
sub
here,
it up,
go,
man, because
go drop a sub and a like.
sub it up because we're gonna be dropping new videos from King Gordy, Danny Dollars, Trey Pounds, and a lot more I can't even say because some of those paying customers I can't even talk about yet till it's done.
Oh, facts. Cool.
Big shit coming type shit.
Like my passion is music videos, and we're gonna fucking take over, man. As far as music videos go,
Well, that's
you guys are the king of podcasts. I will tip my hat.
Damn, that means a lot coming from
It
you.
takes a lot of fucking dedication, and I ran some podcast shows that lasted for extended times, up to a year and shit. It takes a lot of fucking dedication. You guys are killing it, man. And if you never give up, you'll take it to the top.
That's the fucking goal, man. That's what we're going for. That's what we're working for here. That's what we want to make Thuggalo Show #1 and a household name in the Juggalo community.
It's gonna be, if it isn't already.
Oh man, look, that you feel that, Stoney? Did you feel that, Don?
That's love right there, bro. I appreciate you.
You know, my fingers aren't lazy, so I'll be sharing the shit, liking it, commenting on it. And if you don't, you're being a bitch.
You're being straight Juff energy. With that being said, Bob, we're gonna let you go. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drink one of those fucking Lionel Koodles because those are my favorite fucking beer, man.
Fuck yeah.
Say it one more time.
Kiss my ass. I'm like 3 beers deep. Lionel Koodle, Summer Shandies.
It's been great, man. And feel free to, hit me up anytime you guys ever need anything. ROXXX TV and the Thuggalo Show, we're family.
We're keeping that shit going, dog.
So, thank you guys. I love it.
Whoop,
and have
whoop.
a great night.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Damn, what a great fucking man. That's OG. We just got an OG check right there. Check. Now, we still got more.
Damn.
You ready for this one? Because this one was, I'm going to speak on my behalf. This was the highlight of my fucking gathering right here with the next person we are bringing on. Because this man put his monster fucking cock and big old belt on Gucci Berry's fucking nutsack and face. We're going to go ahead and bring him on. Fucking Yukon Moose Dick himself, bro. Whoop, whoop. Welcome.
Whoop, whoop, ninja.
I'm fucking humbled to be here.
We're humbled with your fucking presidents, dog. Presents.
I'm just a dick swinging Bigfoot.
Yeah, your shit got my dad's. Our content got my dad in trouble at work, in the break room because there was a swinging horse stick in it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Let's go ahead and talk about that shit, man. Like, how did you get approached with this piece of content, man?
Yeah, dude.
So the set that we did or the Bigfoot gimmick, because those are two different stories.
Fucking run them both.
Pick one and run them both, dog.
Right.
We got about half an hour.
We'll start how we got to the Yukon Moose Stick. So my first gathering was back in 21, and they did the first hunt for Bigfoot.
Yep, the Bigfoot hunt.
It was for Yukon Moose Stick. And lo and behold, that gathering fell on August 20th, which was my anniversary. And I proposed to my girl there. It was this huge fucking thing. So when we get onto the Bigfoot hunt, I realized, well, there ain't one fucking actual Yukon moose stick on this whole thing. It's just normal Bigfoot. And so... Unacceptable, exactly. At least the next year when they did Big Smoke, they had some big fucking gorilla thing going on there. And I don't know why they released a single, and they only made 200 of them, and it was Yukon Moose Stick. And I fucking banged that song every fucking day on my way to work because I just drive a beater, and all I can do is put in CDs. So I just said, fuck it. This resonates like gathering energy. This is that shit that, like, I don't know, just kind of like is that next step. That's how I felt. So I just made the costume. Honestly, the dick cost more than the costume. That's
the dick costs more than the costume.
Hey, that's for
Elaborate.
sure a sex toy.
How
That's
much
for
is
sure
the
a sex
dick?
toy.
How much is the dick? That's like a couple $100 dick.
I knew it was at least $250.
God.
I am probably one of the few people who said that they've spent more on a dildo than their girl. But yeah, we put the costume together, and actually last year I was walking around just randomly, just trying to get some vibe, and I caught so many fucking people tripping sack, just fucking Bigfoot. And so I'd go up, shake a few tents, and got plenty of love about it. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll see what I can do next year. So eventually, let's move forward to this year. I just, randomly happened to be trying to start this whole social media thing. I took a few like promo pics around my property and shit, and I happened to hit up Mage from Free Will. Just, typical like,
brother.
Are you going to be at the fucking gathering, fam? And he was just, I can't say nothing yet. But I ended up just being like, oh, well, if you need a fucking dick swinging Bigfoot, I'm here. And he he showed me nothing but love about it. So we got to talking about it. And he was just like, one way or another, we'll see what we can fucking do. And Jesus Christ, like probably even like a couple of months before the Columbus show for the three-headed monster that they were on, me and him were chopping up and talked a little bit back and forth with Meth a little bit as well. And we just all fucking hit it off. And I was talking to Mage as he was on his way from fucking New York, this gathering. And he was just like, oh, we've already kind of pushed the limit on, how many people at stage and the sets and everything else, but like you're fans, so we'll do what we can. And I was like, I fucking appreciate that. So lo and behold, you guys kind of saw what became of that. They just said, just show up and we'll go over it when you get there. So I show up in the fucking gimmick, and as you can see, I'm already sweating like a whore in church. But I went up there. Gucci came up to me, goes, yeah, so you're just gonna fucking bam right in the nuts. And I was like, well, I've seen him get like kicked in the nuts a couple other times, but I don't know if you held that belt that Mage wears and shit.
It's heavy.
It's got some weight to her, man.
So I was like, all right. And he goes, and Gucci's like, you better fucking send it. And I was like, I'll fucking send it. So we get up there, and I mean, y'all were there. One time, he looks at me, he goes, hit me again. Second time, fucking hit me. So that time, that's why I just fucking sent it. He got the bruises and like the imprint on his fucking stomach.
Oh, like right here.
Oh, yeah, I cut him up, dude.
Like my heart, I just looked at this poor man, because the problem was like his legs weren't being held back enough. Like his stomach was still a little bit there, and I'm like,
Good job, Onstead.
Shut up! I held them bitches. Gucci, testify, because I held your fucking legs, man.
Like 2:30 in the morning, fam. I can't blame nobody.
Right.
I think it was really fresh because we all kind of like, we were all in the same boat because Free Will was telling all of us like we're pushing the envelope. So and when we're already backstage at this point. We're already linked up with you, and we're all getting the same runaround. Like, hey, we don't know how many people are going to be able to do this shit. We're just going to fucking send it. And that's how it fucking turned. I mean, bro, that was the best send ever.
And what people don't see in that video is, like I mentioned, like the 2 nut shots he took before that one that looked like it fucking split his drawers. So I just shout out to fucking Gucci. Holy shit. Shout out to fucking Cookie. Y'all made that just right there. Bam.
That shit just swung.
Oh, my heart. But fucking, no, y'all.
Look at it, right here. Here it is. Oh! Ow!
Oh!
That was an ouchie boy, dude.
Hang on, here he comes. Here he comes, right here. This is my favorite part of the video. Right there. Right there.
Yeah, where it just flops off his forehead. Poor dude.
Hey, real quick, shout out fucking Yukon Moose Stick, and shout out Gucci, Cookie, Free Will Meth, Free Will Mage for making fucking Thuggalo history that night, because that clip will live on in fucking gathering history for fucking ever. because that clip right there is chef's fucking kiss.
It's fucking
man.
art. Art.
It is art, 100%. There's also another clip floating around too that THUGGALO show was also part of. That was absolutely fucking great. That happened to involve Cookie and Gucci too.
Oh my god!
You see this yet?
At their stand.
Yeah, at their
check this
booth.
out.
I actually
You gonna run
was
it?
filming it behind that, and I have my own phone version.
Look, there's Stoney.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I thought it was free will.
It's
You know what I
not.
mean?
When you say you want free will, but mom says we have free will at home.
We have free will
Yeah.
at home. We don't have free will money.
I got really confused at this point. This shit's so good, dude.
It's the nose ring. It's the nose ring for me, guys.
Also,
Yeah,
the
bro.
editing of this is just,
Yes.
even my girl and me were talking about, which is fucking great, honestly. Right there.
Bro,
Not
she
gonna
got
lie,
him good
I had to
too.
be a little harder.
Like, that was a good nut shot too, because when she fucking connected, like that was a for sure ouchie. Like he was like, "Ooh, she got my nut." It
I got
was
up
bad.
into the gooch of the Gucci, you know?
That shit was great. Shout out Free Will and Gucci and fucking Cookie for putting on one hell of a not only a performance, but Gucci and Cookie for having a first gathering. And the fam welcomes you guys, man. You guys were a great addition, and I hope you guys fucking feel at home because you guys are. This is your family.
You were a part of that too, Yukon. Like this whole them finding like Cookie already knew what family love was like, and Gucci was kind of like he knew what juggalos were, but he just he was learning and shit. At this gathering, like all of us like coming together, and then we kind of brought. And it was kind of up for the family to know decide we're fam or not. And like we really, I don't know, we pioneered some real shit for them, in my opinion. Like
Tommy Gun KC says, was Gucci gathering before he was on THUGGALO show? That's a big no. Gucci
No.
came to the gathering. I don't want to say because of the THUGGALO show, but we had a lot to do with that. And shout out Trailer Park for setting that one up.
yeah,
Big
100%. They Gucci and Cookie both showed up to the gathering. They just kind of walked in, like they weren't even wristbanded and shit. They immediately kind of linked up with us and stuff.
Yes, they fit right in at home.
Yeah, as soon as they walked in, they were at home, and they got a hold of us. Like, hey, we're at the podcast event. We're like, whoopty wop, let's go, boy! And then that's all history from there.
Yep.
Billy Robinson, Big Belly Billy, big fucking Billy Gates up Billy said THUGGALO show got pulled. So do you, Big Poppy. And you're gonna be on fucking Juggalo Ohio 2 bill this year.
Oh,
Fact.
shit. Y'all on that or who?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know what? Maybe put that in the air. THUGGALO show hosting Juggalo Ohio 2 would be the shit with Yukon Moose Dicks,
fuck yeah,
big
dude.
swinging dick in the background. Just
Honestly,
saying.
that would just be otherworldly to me because,
Oh my
like I
god.
said, even I had like security and stuff being like, "Oh, how's it feel?" It's like your third year and you're backstage, and I just kind of hadn't even processed that because I was just talking to y'all because it was
Yeah.
family. So I didn't.
That's
think-
us, bro.
I think me and you had that conversation backstage after all that shit went down. I think me and you had that conversation about like how many gatherings we've been to and what the fuck just happened to us. Like what the fuck's going on right now?
That was
man?
our first year as THUGGALO show, as like a group to group, as Camp THUGGALO show this year. And yeah.
Fucking honored to share that with y'all. Like I said, the main purpose of this is like I'm put here to fucking serve the fam, and
That's it. That's it. That's
Facts.
why I keep doing this shit. That's why I keep doing this shit.
and so the fact that Yukon Moose Stick has already gotten the love that it has, I can't even tell y'all like how fucking humbled I am. Not just from y'all, but from the fucking fans who message me and be like, "Oh, let me fucking catch you next year. Oh, why didn't I get this?" Because another thing we did is because like another reason I fucks with Ouija so hard when he released Detritus and with the whole Scroll Keeper. I ain't gonna lie, I jumped down that fucking rabbit hole. And so me and my girl, we actually made these custom scrolls for people. And they're kind of like fortune cookies with like a Juggalo twist. and
Hard.
we got them
Were they?
there.
Did y'all do them this year?
Yeah, we were actually at the
Were
flea.
the gold wax boys with the little fucking scrolls in them?
Yeah, like the little.
Where the fuck's mine at?
That is hard, son. That's hard.
That is my girl right there. That, as much as I love the idea, she's the artistic mind. I'm just the fucking mouthpiece.
One of these? Yeah, bro. I'll fucking. I guess I still got mine, bro. I didn't realize that was you.
Gas.
No, yeah, that was my girl and stuff, and she hand wrote each one of those by hand, waxed it, sealed it, and just thought them all up individually. Except a few of them did tell people, "Oh, go look for Bigfoot at the Clownvis party." And it's funny because I only sold 2 out of 3 of those because I was just leaving it at random, and one person caught me before I ended up going on stage with Clownvis and Shaggy the Airhead, which is a different story if y'all want to kind of catch on that real quick. And so I just like rolled him a joint and shit. I was like, "Oh, fucking enjoy the party, bro." And oh, it was great. And I get a message from one of the girls who got the other scroll. It's like, "Oh, fuck, I partied too hard and I passed out. I missed the Clownvis party." So I said, "Oh, fuck it, meet me at the Free Will concert." And she fucking met me there, and it was just like, wow, they actually came and fucking sought Bigfoot at like 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
That's dope, dog.
Fucking fresh, dude. I mean, you're fucking
Well-
doing juggalo shit, bro. I mean, that's surprising. No offense.
Honestly, shit. I didn't find Juggalo shit. Juggalo shit found me, and for that, I'm fucking
fresh.
blessed.
I think that's the best answer for that, bro. That's fucking cool as fuck.
We're creeping up on that time, Yukon. We gotta ask you, is the Yukon moose dick a thuggalo?
Shit, you fucking know I am now, brother. Not only am I a thuggalo, I'm a fucking humble thuggalo. Y'all, if Yukon moose stick gets to where I'm hoping it does, it won't happen without the fucking Thuggalo show. So right here and right now, if you don't fuck with the Thuggalo show, Yukon moose stick doesn't fuck with you.
You're
Facts.
a bitch if you don't fuck with us, motherfucker. With that being said, the invitation is extended to join us anytime, brother, man. Anytime.
I will move shit for y'all. Just hit me up. Y'all have me on Instagram at fucking Yukon Moose Stick. Anybody else there, fucking hit me up. I'm happy to make. You want to fuck with your friend at the gathering? I got you. You want to set some other kind of shit? Let's fucking make it happen. And hey, the fucking Clownvis out there, you're my goddamn idol, brother. Hit me up. I fucking love you, Clownvis.
Clownvis is a big thuggalo too, man. We
He's
love
my
you too, Clownvis.
inspiration. I hope to be as good of a fucking host that man is one day. Hopefully.
Boom.
Facts.
Well, dog, we're gonna let you go and enjoy your rest of your Friday night too while you have it. It was a pleasure having you on, man, and like I said, we're gonna have you back on in the future as well.
Again, thank you guys for everything. Whoop whoop.
Whoop
Whoop,
whoop.
Peace out, Ninja.
He's a fucking dope motherfucker, dog. Dope cat right
bro.
there, man.
It was very, very cool that we could pull somebody that we actually got to share that little bit of spotlight with.
Yes.
That was kind of like the third wheel in the whole thing too. You know, like we knew that we were going to get to do something with Free Will, but we didn't have a clue who else was going to be a part of that. And Yukon and swung that motherfucker all over the stage, bro.
And that's a part of history, dog. That's part of Juggalo lore now, and we all are forever ingrained into that thanks to Free Will and fucking Yukon Blue Stick.
Gucci Bear.
And Gucci fucking Berry, dog, with his fucking nuts of steel. I got a few pictures we're going to run through real quick, man. And we're going to give our little 2 words on it while we got like 10 minutes left. So we got 10 minutes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got like 12 fucking pictures. We can make it work. Ready?
Damn. Word.
Ready?
Run
Here we
it.
go.
Run it.
First one is, me and Gucci. This photo was taken right before we went down to second stage with Free Will. This was at Free Will's merch booth when he pulled up on us and he was like, hey, check out this picture. And he showed me the background of his phone and it was a fucking butthole. And I was like, yep, that's real Juggalo shit right there. He's home. He's home.
That's so cool.
Dog, I was so weak, bro. Next one. Next picture we got is Cookie and Stony.
Hey, the only thing I can say that describes this photo, bro, like I found a long lost brother, man. Cookie's the shit. I'm very glad that we could stay with this dude. Very person and has a fucking hustle for himself and Gucci that is, I think, very healthy for their working partnership. Like, that dude's just fresh, bro. I hope to spend many more Juggalo adventures with this dude. Like, such a good dude. It's my brother
Word
right
on
there,
the
dude.
street with Big Cookie here is he will be getting a THUGGALO tattoo in the style of fucking Tupac. Thug Life. So be on the lookout for that because that's some homie shit. And I fuck with Cookie the long way even before that shit, man.
Oh, bro, if Cookie, here's my issue to you, Cookie. If you'll go get a Thuggalo tattoo on your belly like you said you were, I'll go get the same shit. I'll get that same motherfucker.
Gang.
Bro. We'll
Gang.
share that shit.
Here's a good one.
What's the next one? Oh shit, that's all of us with Benny Buttons. And Josh too in the background. This was backstage. This was right after we did the skit with Free Will and Gucci Berry. We were all just kind of like hanging out, fucking chilling, smoking some weed, hitting some balloons and shit. And we were like, group photo time.
Look at Stoney's
Man, I love
eyes.
Benny Buttons. I'm just fucked up. That's what I am. Like, dude, I got some weird shit going on with my eyeballs right there. I don't know what the fuck that was. I was super serious, man. Oh, shit. I love Benny so much, bro. That is another.
Shout out
fucking...
Benny, yo. That was a good conversation we all had back there. Good connecting. You know,
Benny,
getting bridges touched.
This was a good gathering, Benny Buttons, man. He got a lot of good exposure that he really needed in his career. Gathering.
Oh, here's a really good one right here. Bam.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's when your boy got the jersey, man.
That was
that's when
Stoney's official signing right there, if you will.
Yeah, that's when we can stop pretending, you know what I mean? Fuck. Definitely one of the highlights of my career, dude.
What's next? Next up. Oh, here's a good one.
Ooh. Bro, if you don't know who these two are now,
Where the
you
fuck
sleep
have
on
you
a
been?
fucking rock. These are like
both
if I
are
had
pages of the week, if you will.
facts. And honestly, if I had Juggalo parents, this would probably be them.
This is them. This is them right here. Shout out Whoop and Lil Taffy for being the fucking OG fucking mom and pop, Jugga-Mom, Jugga-Pops, fucking everything I could ask for in fucking friendship and fucking beyond.
We wouldn't have the Ballers Camp this year without these guys. We wouldn't have, honestly, a lot of the moral support when we fucking get in our downtimes at the gathering. Like these two people, Juggalos and the Rock, honestly, have a lot of our fucking social life. So thank you for always being there. You two,
But
like
yeah,
for real,
big
no
old
shit.
joint. That big old joint we was burning during the podcast, man.
Fucking Wakanda just chiefing that bitch. Look at that shit. Like a fucking gangster. Those shades, bro, with that mask is just fucking
super hard. Yes.
You got an album cover, man. Fucking like two whoops at the gathering right there. That's what that shit is.
Trash Gang.
Fuck. Trash Gang, for sure. Trash Gang, the fucking LP.
Speaking of Trash Gang, we got some Trash Boy Entertainment right here. Big Billy.
Big Billy, bro. That's like my younger brother right there, man.
That's it right
and
there.
Then fucking Big Gucci too.
Oh yeah.
This man, I don't even know what to say about Will Gates, bro. Like that fool took the torch
the
from
little
me
brother,
from
man.
being wild this year because I was like all man mode for some reason. And this dude probably did more laps around the gathering and seen more ass and titties than I've seen the last 5 years. So, like, fucking get it, boy. Get it. I love you so much, Will.
Yeah, Will, you did a great job this year, man. Big homie status to Will Gates, man. Will Gates
Yeah,
is and forever will be a THUGGALO.
And he's got music coming out soon. He's gonna have some fucking fire ass fucking music come out. What next?
Here's one from behind the scenes.
Oh, that is one of the other hardest working motherfuckers on the show. Between him and Trey, these motherfuckers are going to be the sole responsibility of any video and picture content that comes out in the future with our shit. New first gathering and gathered harder than most people that have been there for 10. So
yes, 100%.
That is the straight homie too. I never, very rarely, you know, like we all meet and we all fucking are fan and shit. But like, it's kind of rare just to have somebody come in and automatically connect on everybody's fucking level like Jake did. And we love you, dude. We're very happy that you're a part of the team now.
100%. It's very rare, like he said, when like a homie's homie comes in and you just automatically click with them. And that was Jake this year. And like Stoney said, man gathered hard as fuck for his first gathering. And we mentioned we had press passes this year, and the two people who worked their ass off with them press passes is Jake and Trey. And all the footage you guys are gonna see later in the future, A1 premium footage, thanks to these two fools right here. I don't think I have a picture of Trey tonight, but I got a fucking video of him shooting a fucking bottle rocket out of a pocket pussy that just puts the torch on the gathering this year.
Yep. I got a good one to Trey, actually.
I got a few more here.
Pull it up.
Here's a good one. Motherfucking Wacko.
Oh, fire is fucking weed at the gathering since I've been going to the gathering. Fuck.
Hands down, some of the best fucking weed I've had in a while, especially at the gathering. Just saying.
Allegedly, some of it might have made its way back to Colorado, and that shit was smoked on like it was the gift of God there for a minute in the house.
It was the gift of God at the gathering.
Holy fuck.
Shout
dude,
out
and honestly,
for that.
Yeah, one of the hardest working fucking hustling juggalos in the scene, whether it's music or a fucking product. Like, Black is the fucking shit.
The man's backstory that he's got after being shot and fucking coming back to the family and this and that and this and that. 100% fucking hands down
like
props to the man.
17 cent, you know what I mean? Like, dude got fucking plapped up.
17 cent. Damn.
Damn.
Oh, ticket winner. The ticket winner.
Oh, shit. Rigged election. That's the motherfucking homie, Davey Scorsese.
Real salty I missed out on this fucking picture opportunity, even though me and Davey did link up and I signed his pale book. I'm pretty sure we all signed a pale book for him. Never got a picture with him, but yeah, Davey's the OG. Shout out Davey for winning the ticket. Shout out Davey for throwing our names into the clowns and to the fucking Ouija. Like, you're a real one for that, dog. We love you around here. Davey, you're always and forever will be a THUGGALO. I think I got like a few more left.
I'll send you one too. I sent you one.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. You have to look at it again. On Facebook.
Alright. We got Hex.
Hey, this man right here is got my undying fucking for the rest of my life. Hex is the big homie. He finally got to meet him on a more you got to meet him in
Personal
2021.
level.
Yeah, it was a brief interaction in 2021. This year was a more intimate interaction with Hex. Dude showed me so much love. Like, it was like a brother that I had never knew that I had. And his music's fire. I don't know. It's fucking West Coast wicked shit.
Big homie Hex.
Bro.
He made his long time appearance on a THUGGALO show. It was quick, and we love him for that promo. But I need an hour, Hex. Give me like 30 minutes, dog. Come on.
30 minutes,
you know I got
man.
banger questions. You know I got the banger questions. Love you, big homie. We will see you hopefully when you do a fucking tour soon, because you know we need some West Coast wicked shit in the D.
I would assume he's going to be at the float, of course, and I would assume that we're going to see you at Juggalo Ohio again because it wouldn't be Juggalo Ohio without a Hex appearance. Oh, and look who it is, bro. Honestly, it's probably one of the hardest working Juggalos at the whole gathering. I don't give a fuck if you're psychopathic staff or not. My younger brother, man, that's Trey. Fucking gather.net. He helps me out over there. This dude hit probably 95% of the fucking gathering with the camera and never missed shit.
He worked his dick off. Shout out Trey for that, man. We love you for that, man.
Between him and Jake, bro, we couldn't have done half the shit this year without
100%,
you guys.
100%. We're at. I think they got 30 seconds before we're at 2 hours. All right, so here this is what we're gonna close it out
Longest THUGGALO show in history.
This is it right here. This is what we're closing it out on, and then we're gonna talk about what we're doing tomorrow. But here, bring it up. Speak on it.
Motherfucking Juggalo Ohio 2. We have the fucking dates. So much freshness. It's not just one fucking day anymore. It's 2 days.
2 days of fucking Juggalo Ohio and fucking
this many.
And the King of Clubs at fucking Columbus, Ohio, where we all kind of figured it was going to be in Columbus again this year. So make sure you go get your fucking tickets before they sell the fuck out, because you know they're gonna. Remember, last year they sold out in a fucking week. So I wait until Tuesday for my payday, and then I'm having on more tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm gonna have to sling butthole to get me a ticket.
It is what it is. Start your OnlyFans up. But yeah, we got Juggalo Ohio too. And if you're not there, I mean, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Your life is just, I don't know. But tomorrow we're double dipping that fucking potato chip. Who we got on tomorrow, Stoney? Who's gonna be
fucking, I think it's Matapelli Music, man.
Matapelli Music will be in the fucking house tomorrow. Same fucking THUGGALO show time. Same THUGGALO show fucking place. Make sure you guys pull up on us so we're fucking double dipping for a reason. You know, let's keep them numbers on. Make sure you guys drop a like in the fucking in the chat. Make sure you guys fucking give Stoney a warm welcome because it was his first show. And I think he did a fucking fantastic job. If you guys agree with us, fucking let us know in a comment. If you don't, do the same fucking thing. Let us know. I'll probably tell you whatever. He's still the shit. I still love him. I love you too, though. But we'll see you till fucking tomorrow, 10 o'clock, bitch. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Hey, shout out THUGGALO Show in this bitch. Every fucking city THUGGALO Show represent. Free Will in the bitch. Darby in the bitch. Shout out THUGGALO Show.